It's a sad day. First of all, the weather is terrible. But my bags are packed, which can only mean one thing. I am leaving the family homestead and I am going to a new location. Well, I say new, a different location basically. So in the one hand it's very sad, and in another hand it's very exciting as well. Obviously, as you can see, the last week or so I've been helping out my dad in the garden as much as I could. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope my dad appreciates it. And now we're off on a new adventure, because there's other people to see, of course, and people I haven't seen in a long time, and people I want to spend time with. So that's it. We're just kind of keeping it, you know, fresh and exciting. This isn't just for the videos. This is because I want to, spend time with a lot of important people in my life. And I feel a little bit lost because there's just people that I miss. It's important to make time for everyone you care about in life. And I feel like I haven't done that lately. So we're about to change that now, and very exciting. And yeah, without further ado, let's just hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. See you in a bit. Well, okay, everyone. Basically, it's 9:15 in the evening. I have arrived at the location. However, I'll do the reveal tomorrow because it's too dark now, and I don't want to just, you know, make it anticlimactic. So what we're going to do is a quick Q&A, and I'm going to try and answer these questions that I've got from my comment section as quickly as possible. All right, just super fast. So let's go through them really quick. Okay, ready, set, go. Gary Mason asks, hey Ryan and Dad, I'm curious, what's the plan for the big pile? Burn or mulch? Okay, so Gary is referring to the pile where we took the twigs and the wood and the branches in the previous videos. Well, the plan for that, usually burning is prohibited here in France. However, if you do get explicit permission from the mayor, then you can burn it. However, I have no idea what my dad is going to do with that pile, so I can't tell you. But if you do plan on making a bonfire in your garden in France, make sure you get permission first, because it is prohibited normally. And I believe from May to October, it's outright prohibited as well. Like, you can't even get permission. Lauren Southgate asks, did you ever have problems with power outages? No. Lisa Versander asks, by the way, sorry if I'm butchering your name, are podcasts still happening, Ryan? Okay, so I believe you're referring to obviously my second channel, Bantermime. Basically, I didn't really have time. I went on holiday, and then, you know, I don't want to take away a whole Saturday from Billy, because that's when we do it on Saturday afternoons when Billy's free. And there's a lot of logistics involved. And the long format podcasts, some people don't like them, like if it's like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So I'm going to do something on that channel, maybe put the live streams on that channel, and have them a bit shorter. If it's a live stream, you can get away with 30 minutes and people tend to enjoy that, but I just don't want stuff to kind of drag on. You know, I want to make interesting content for you that you actually enjoy. So watch this space, and we will experiment a little bit when it comes to the podcasts. Thanks for asking. Gina Noble. Ryan, your catching of fish, is it catch and released, or can your clients bring it home to cook? How often do you need to restock the lake? Okay, Gina, so our lake is what the French call a no-kill. No-kill. The clue is in the name. It's catch and release. So no one is allowed to kill the fish and cook them because, well, we don't really want that to happen. And also, when it comes to restocking, we stocked the lake, or my parents stocked the lake once when they first started the business, and then the fish have been fed and grown on since then, and then they reproduce naturally, of course. But when you do get a fishing lake, unless it's been run as a fishing business previously. Usually the stock that's already in there is not going to be sufficient for fishing as a sport, so you will have to stock the lake, and it usually costs at least 5 figures. Next question, Manny Ortiz asks, Ryan, my darling, I don't mean to be nosy. Why do you never show your mum? Is she camera shy? Thanks for asking. No, she's not camera shy, Manny. She's just my mum, you know, and it's a bit of both, I guess. She's happy not to be filmed, and I'm happy not to film her. She's never explicitly said, don't film me. It's just never really occurred, you know, but I love my mum. I'm a bit of a mummy's boy when I'm at home. You know, I love my mum so much. Love you, mum. Okay. Ingrid Tinsley. Hi Ryan, is your dad feeding the fish in the lake like your uncle does? Yes, so my dad feeds the fish on a regular basis, and they have a feeding program, and they get the fish food. It's like special nutritious food in order to grow them nice and healthily, and so they have a good feeding program and they grow well, and that's what matters. Cheryl Lee asks, Ryan, where does your brother live? Does he live in France? Yes, Cheryl. So for anyone who doesn't know, I have one brother. He's about 2.5 years older than me, and he's currently living in France, not too far away. But I don't know if he's going to be in France forever. He has travelled all over the world, and he lived in Australia for a while. He had a very good job. He's a very smart man, bless him. Don't ask me what he does though, because I don't really know. But so he's in France at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Diana Welch asks, do you have coyotes or wolves in your countryside? Good question, Diana. I've never heard of coyotes being in France. As for wolves, never seen one. Never heard of anyone seeing one. I don't think they're in the area. We do get a lot of wild boar, which are like hogs, you know, and they've been known to kill. If you come across a mother with its young, it will be very protective, and they are quite fast and they can bite. I think I've only seen, I have seen a mother with its young, but from very far away. Unfortunately, it wasn't coming into my direction, and I was just a child at the time, so it probably would have killed me if I was too close. So touch wood, no wild boar is going to kill me, hopefully. Nasty way to go. Okay, next question. Gabs Chase asks, Ryan, have you thought of going into business with your dad and in time taking over? That would seem a great project for you. Well, Gabs, no, I've never thought of doing that, because that would imply, you know, my parents getting really old and not being able to work anymore, and I don't like to think that far into the future, you know. So no, I haven't really thought about it, but I do love their type of business, what they do, and so we'll see. Charles McDermott. Ryan, after so long a time in France, are you now a French citizen? Has the Brexit affected your citizenship at all? Okay, so I know I've mentioned this in previous Q&As about Brexit, and basically my stance on Brexit, first of all, whatever your opinion is, I respect it. I hope you respect mine too. We can still be friends, but I have a very negative view of Brexit because it had negative implications for me in a big way. So basically, every British citizen living abroad was not even allowed to vote in that referendum, which is absolutely disgusting in my opinion, because it's really changed our lives. And I no longer have freedom of movement, which means I can't live anywhere I want in the EU, whereas before Brexit I could. And that's the main implication that I focus on, is losing that freedom of movement within the EU. I mean, if you're from another country, say you're from Australia or America or Canada, imagine just being able to live, say you're from the US or from Canada, you can live anywhere on the American continent that you want without the need for a visa, anywhere, South America, Central America, and it's just really simple. You can just jump on a plane and live there, basically, fill in a few forms and that's it. Whereas now, and then a vote comes in and all of a sudden you can't do that anymore. You have that freedom taken away. Imagine how that makes you feel. Or if you're from the United States, imagine you're not allowed, you have to get a visa to live in a different state. That's kind of how I see it with Brexit. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, apples to oranges, but that's how I feel. I had a freedom taken away from me, and it's not a nice feeling. But I'm not a French citizen. I need to apply for that, and it takes years to complete the process. I'm a French permanent resident. I'm a permanent resident in France, which can never be taken away anyway. So that's good, but I'd rather be French than English at this point because of the whole freedom of movement thing within the EU. Plus, France is a lovely country. Definitely no shame in being French. No shame in being any nationality. I just mean, like, I wouldn't mind being French at all. Robert Hosson asks, why don't you yourself go into the antiques trade? Good question, Robert. I love antiques. I love walking around antique shops. As for it being a career choice, not for me. Just I don't vibe with that kind of choice. Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't even be good at it. Last question. Bonnie Cecil asks, Ryan, are you looking to buy a chateau? I love today's visit. A very, very nice place. I don't know where we visited, where this comment was from. Sorry, Bonnie. But as for me buying a chateau, well, I have an announcement to make. I have actually bought a chateau. So the deposit is down and the deal is done. And I am completely joking with you. I haven't bought a chateau. Would I ever buy a chateau? Probably not. Because of the tax implications, the size of the place. Just imagine furnishing it, the maintenance. It is an old building after all. You never know. If I win the lottery, yeah, why not? Because then money talks, doesn't it? But I don't do the lottery, so I don't think I'm going to win. The chances are quite slim there. But yeah, I do love chateau. I respect the architecture and the history of the buildings. I think it's wonderful. And to everyone who does buy a chateau, I think it's amazing what you're doing, the restoration and just keeping them lived in, keeping the chateau alive. I think it's fantastic. However, as for me, I have no intention of buying a chateau because, financially, first of all, it's difficult just to acquire one, and to maintain it and keep a chateau is another story because, tax can be a lot of money as well, and all the bills and all that. Yeah. It all adds up, does it not? So I'd like a lovely little country farm house or something, or a cottage with a nice bit of land. That would suit me. Anyway, that's it for the questions. We've rushed it a bit. It's now almost 9:30. Hope you enjoyed that little Q&A. Back to normal videos tomorrow. There's going to be a proper little change in the channel, as for where we are and all that. So I am really excited to be switching things up. It's always fun to have a little change, and I hope you enjoyed the time that I spent at my parents'. Obviously I'm going back there. I'll go and see them again in a few days, but yeah, it's been good fun. So that's it from me. I'll love you and leave you now, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video, which just so happens to be tomorrow. But I'll actually film during the daytime and not be too busy. So yeah, there you go. Okay then. Bye bye now.